If you've been listening to my previous podcasts, you know I only include topics that you, as a small business owner, need to be aware of to make an impact on your business. As a small business owner myself, I know exactly how it feels to have a list of things to do a mile long, and of course, never enough time in the day to get them all done. I personally make sure I'm prioritizing my list to ensure I'm at the very least getting the top 3 things that need to be done that day finished and crossed off my list. With that being said, trust me, I would never tell you to do something if I didn't feel it was important. Today, I'm talking about reconciling your business bank accounts. What was that? Did you just roll your eyes? Are you thinking this isn't an important topic and you're not adding reconciling your bank and credit card accounts to your long list of things to get done as a business owner? Or are you getting a little nervous because you know you should be reconciling your bank accounts, but you haven't even reconciled 1 month yet? If you're struggling with this idea, mostly because you don't even know how to reconcile your bank statements, I'm here to help. If you have someone helping you with your business bookkeeping, make sure they're reconciling your bank accounts. And if they're not doing this, you might want to look for a different bookkeeper. Yes, it's that important. So whether you're using a computerized software solution for your bookkeeping, such as QuickBooks, Xero, Wave, or another software, or if you're doing your bookkeeping manually or using a spreadsheet like Excel, you'll want to listen into today's episode. Whether you are self-employed, a solopreneur, an entrepreneur, a small business owner, you have a virtual online bookkeeping business, or you are a virtual assistant or VA, I promise you'll see just how important doing your bank reconciliations are to your small business. Oh, and I have a very important question I'm going to ask you at the end of this episode, especially if you're struggling with trying to find somebody to help you with your bookkeeping. So stay tuned until the very end. You're listening to the Mastering Your Small Business Finances podcast, where we get straight to the point on topics that ultimately affect your bottom line. That's right, as an entrepreneur with a small business, money management, growth, marketing, they all affect your bottom line. I'm your host, Chris Ponick. I'm a certified public accountant, and I've been helping small business owners like you navigate and easily understand these complicated topics for over 25 years. I'm a wife, a mom, a grandmother, and a small business owner myself, so I know your time is valuable. In my free time, I make the best sugar cookies and have mastered an amazing chocolate chip cookie recipe. And that's not just my opinion. You're in the right place. I promise your time will be well spent here. Each week, you'll gain confidence and clarity while making a successful impact on your business and grow your bottom line. Get comfy, grab a cookie, and let's get straight to the point with this week's episode. Are you looking for a computerized software solution to do your bookkeeping? I highly recommend checking out QuickBooks Online. I've been using QuickBooks myself for over 20 years, and they really know how to streamline processes and make your bookkeeping and recording your transactions simple and easy. QuickBooks is one of the top software solutions used by small business owners, and I would say that over 95% of my clients are currently using QuickBooks for their businesses. One of the features most of my clients and I take advantage of is the option to set up bank feeds. You simply link your bank account to your QuickBooks account, and QuickBooks will automatically import each transaction into your QuickBooks file. You'll save a ton of time not having to manually enter each of these transactions. You simply review each of the transactions and make sure they're getting recorded to the appropriate account, and then click one button and they're in. Want to know more? Head over to financialadventure.com/QuickBooks and learn how you can save 50% off of your first 3 months. Welcome back. On a typical month, are you the business owner who gets their bank statement, whether in the mail or online, and you open it up right away and check your balance? Or are you the business owner who doesn't even open the envelope? Do you check your bank balance daily online, or do you just hope and pray you have enough cash for all the expenses your business incurs? Regardless of how you handle your day-to-day bank account transactions, I want you to know how important it is to reconcile your bank statements. I'm going to personally recommend you do this on a monthly basis, but I get it. I know life gets busy, and to be totally honest with you, there have been a few, not many, but a few months where I was unable to reconcile my own business bank accounts on a monthly basis. Yep, I said it. Even I, as a certified public accountant who does bookkeeping for multiple clients, am not perfect when it comes to doing my own bookkeeping. But when it comes to my clients, you know that's going to be a different story. I always make sure their work gets done on a timely basis because I put their work as a high priority on my list of things to get done. How does that story go? The cobbler or the shoemaker's children have no shoes? I know you know what I mean. Anyway, getting back to today's topic, I'm going to let you know why I feel reconciling your business bank accounts on a monthly basis is so important. The main goal when reconciling your bank statement is to make sure your books match what the bank is showing for transactions on your bank statement. When you have a small business, you want to make sure you're reporting all your income and your expenses. And when you're using a business checking and credit card account, this ensures these transactions are being tracked and will show up on your statements. This is why you'll hear me say how important it is to have a separate bank account for your business. When you reconcile your accounts, you make sure you're accounting for all the income and expenses in your business. It's such a good way to give yourself the confidence that your books are accurate. Reconciling your bank accounts will allow you to confirm that all the transactions that show up on your bank statement have been recorded in your books and vice versa. When you do this, you may find that there are periodic bank charges, overdraft fees, or automatic deductions that show up on your bank statement that you may have missed recording in your books. You will find any discrepancies between your books and the bank account when you reconcile. If you accidentally record a transaction that should have been recorded as $2,100 as $1,200, just by simply transposing the numbers, that's a $900 error. These errors can be made easily, and that's just another reason you're looking for differences between your books and the bank statement. The quicker you find these differences, the more reliable both of these balances will be. When you have reliable amounts, you can eliminate any of those overdraft fees, which can really add up. Let's be honest, if the only reason you're getting overdraft fees is because you weren't aware of your bank account balance, and if you had the right information, you could easily prevent these fees in the first place, why not keep that hard-earned money in your pocket rather than giving it to the bank? Whether you're using something like QuickBooks to record your transactions, or you're using the tried and true check register, you can reconcile your bank statement. Keeping track of your money coming in and going out of your business account can be done in many ways. The goal here is to just do it. Once you've finished reconciling your bank and credit card accounts for your business, you know your information is accurate and your financial statements reflect reliable information. Not only will you feel confident in your numbers, you'll also know that you can provide accurate information in regards to your income and expenses when you file your tax return. I asked earlier if you were the type of business owner who checks their bank accounts on a daily basis to see what your cash flow looks like. Well, if you're reconciling your bank statement each month, you can also start trusting the information you have in your books. And actually, your books could be even more accurate than your online bank balance. Why, you might be asking? Well, let's take for instance, you write out a large check to one of your vendors. When you're looking online to get your bank balance, if this check hasn't cleared the bank yet, you could be setting yourself up for a big surprise when that check actually clears. When you look at your book balance, and that check is already deducted from your book balance, you'll see the true balance, and you'll know exactly how you're sitting with your cash flow. This happens more often than you would think, and it's easy to forget about a transaction if you're not recording it. I want to touch on bank feeds a little bit today too. If you're using a computerized software system such as QuickBooks online, and you have it all set up to allow bank feeds to import directly into your books, this is a very efficient way to get transactions into your books. With literally a click of a button, your information is recorded. So you might be thinking, there's no reason to do your bank reconciliations if you have the bank feeds coming in, right? Wrong. I've seen many times when a bank feed gets added into a client's books more than once, or a group of transactions gets missed. If the transactions are imported into your file more than once, there is a possibility you could be overstating your income or even overstating your expenses. Overall, when you reconcile your bank account, you will catch any errors like this and you're able to get it fixed quickly. Lastly, let's talk about fraud and theft. If you never look at your bank statements to validate the withdrawals are correct, you could easily have fraudulent amounts showing up and you would never even know it. Nobody wants this to happen, but unfortunately, it does. I've had clients who have had odd amounts withdrawn from their checking accounts and strange transactions show up on their credit card statement that they have no clue how they got there or who even generated the transactions. When you look over and reconcile your bank accounts on a monthly basis, you're able to catch these amounts and notify your bank or credit card to have these transactions stopped or even disputed and have the funds added back to your account. The key to these issues is timely. If you don't find these transactions out until months down the road, you'll have a harder time trying to get those funds back. Remember that question I mentioned I was going to ask? Actually, I want to ask 2 questions today. I've been receiving comments from small business owners just like you who are struggling to find a bookkeeper who can help them with their bookkeeping. And I'm wondering if this is something as a small business owner you struggle with as well. If you're looking for a qualified bookkeeper that you know you can trust to help you with a small portion of your bookkeeping, or maybe you're looking for a bookkeeper to take over doing all of your financial statements, please let me know. You may already be aware that I also coach entrepreneurs who want to start their own virtual bookkeeping business. And if there's enough interest, I would love to provide a service to link you as a business owner with the entrepreneurs who go through my coaching program, who have the knowledge and skills necessary to help you ensure your bookkeeping is accurate and up to date. Mastering your small business finances doesn't necessarily mean you, as the small business owner, needs to do all the work yourself. It simply means you put systems in place to ensure you have timely and accurate information to make smart business decisions. Please email me at info@financialadventure.com if you feel like you're in this situation. Just let me know. I always personally respond to all my emails, and I will keep you up to date on the progress of this service. Also, if you are thinking about starting a bookkeeping business, or you're looking for additional clients for your existing bookkeeping business, you can go to financialadventure.com/discovery to set up a call with me so we can make sure you have the proper knowledge and skills to help small business owners with their bookkeeping. If you're qualified, I'll add you to my list of available bookkeepers. I see a huge disconnect here, and I want to help both you as a small business owner looking for a trusted and qualified bookkeeper and the bookkeepers looking to help small business owners and have the availability to take on additional clients. I'll post the links for you to contact me right where you're listening to this podcast. All right, to recap this episode. Number 1, I want you to know how important it is to reconcile your bank statements, and I personally want to recommend that you do this on a monthly basis. Number 2, the main goal when reconciling your bank statement is to make sure your books match what the bank is showing for transactions on your bank statement. Number 3, reconciling your bank accounts will allow you to find any discrepancies between your books and the bank account. The quicker you find these differences, the more reliable both your book and your bank balances will be. Number 4, whether you're using a computerized software like QuickBooks or you're manually recording all of your transactions, the goal is to make sure you just do it. Reconcile those bank statements. Number 5, your books could be even more accurate than your online bank balance if all of your transactions have been entered into your books. Number 6, if you're using a computerized software system such as QuickBooks Online and you've set it up to allow bank feeds to import directly into your books, it's a very efficient way to get those transactions in your books, but you still need to reconcile your bank statements. Number 7, if you never look at your bank statements to validate the withdrawals are correct, you could easily have fraudulent amounts showing up and you would never even know it. You want to check these frequently so you're able to catch the amounts and notify your bank or credit card on a timely basis. Number 8, if you're looking for a qualified bookkeeper that you can trust to help you with a small portion of your bookkeeping, or maybe you're looking for somebody to take over doing all of your financial statements, let me know. And if you're thinking about starting a bookkeeping business, or you're looking for additional clients for your existing bookkeeping business, you can contact me as well. You can email info@financialadventure.com, or if you want to start a bookkeeping business, or you're looking for additional clients, you can contact me at financialadventure.com/discovery and we'll set up a call. And you know I'm going to ask, what's at least one thing you'll take away from this episode that will help your business succeed and grow your bottom line? If you need some accountability, join our private Facebook community and post your action item. We'd love to support you. Thanks for taking the time to tune into this episode of Mastering Your Small Business Finances. If you enjoyed this episode as much as I enjoyed creating it for you, I'd love for you to give it a 5-star rating and subscribe to the show so you never miss an episode. Visit financialadventure.com for the show notes, links from this episode, and while you're there, leave a comment if you have a topic you're interested in learning more about that affects your bottom line. If you're looking for a community where you can ask questions and get feedback about your small business, join my private Facebook group. You can find the links to this group and more on financialadventure.com. And remember, any financial information shared on this podcast is not to be considered professional, financial, or tax advice and should not be solely relied upon. Please consult your CPA or tax advisor for an opinion on your specific circumstances. I'm looking forward to having you tune in next time. Until then, dream big, follow your heart, and love what you do.